I think I might have found a little golden nugget. I could be wrong, but if I'm not, this could be a little game changer. Today I'm going to share some Etsy insights for my fellow artists. I want to talk about recreating an image and relisting a sold painting and why that can help your shop thrive. And I have been playing with recreating some paintings that I have sold on Etsy, some more simplified ones that I've relisted because I found something out with Etsy. If you sell something and you relist it, it has a much better chance of selling again. It's almost like all the money you spent for advertising like shows up again, and all that momentum that you had can help you sell another painting. So if you are a patron, you'll get the full version of this one unedited. All right, well, today I'm working on a recreation of an Etsy order that I sold, and I'm going to tell you a little bit why I'm doing what I'm doing as we get into this video a little bit. But this one is a simple, I called it walking in the woods, or a walk in the woods. No, walk in winter? What did I call you? Winter walk. I had to cheat and take a look. So anyway, it's a simple, calming little scene. It's a single person. It could be me, probably isn't, but I did snowshoe. Anyway, just think about snow-covered ground, kind of like a purpley hue for the trees. Just a simple little snowshoer with their little snowshoes and sticks walking in the woods, leaving little tiny footprints along the way in the snow. So I love this winter painting because it's so simple, yet it's very, very peaceful. And I'm starting off with a soft light blue wash from the sky, and then I'm going to layer those snowy purpley toned areas and put a little tiny figure in there with the footprints and just a hint of what the story of the scene is. And if you're a watercolor artist or you're just starting out, this is a great subject to try. It's really forgiving and it's fun to play around with the soft edges and the layering. So first of all, I want to talk about Etsy shops and some of the tips that I have for making the most out of relisting those Etsy shop items, sold items. This is the way you can make the most out of an Etsy listing, especially off of something that's already been sold. If you're an artist and you're painting an original, you're going to have to repaint that painting. Number one, keep your descriptions updated. Even if a painting is a recreation, tweak the listing in the description to mention it's a made-to-order piece or maybe a second edition, or for like this one here, I went ahead and just wrote it that this one has sold. You are getting a painting that is very similar to this one, but every painting is a little bit slightly different. And that was going to set those clear expectations for your buyers. Number two, highlight its popularity. Use terms like maybe bestseller, a customer's favorite, and that's going to help make the listing stand out a little bit more. Number three, add some slight variations. If you are creating a painting or recreating a painting, I should say, consider adding a unique touch to make each one special while still maintaining the original's charm. So for like this one, I didn't put the exact same amount of trees. The sky is a little bit different. The trees are a little bit different. I could put maybe two little skiers in there and change it up that way by, let's see, snow buddies or ski buddies or, something to that effect. And number four, engage with your audience. Share behind the scene content or stories about the piece on social media, and that's going to help you draw more attention to your shop. So like for me, I've put, oh, this one just sold today, or this one I'm shipping out today. And you can put your link in the bottom in the comments, and that's going to help draw some attention to that page again. All right, so here's the thing that I have noticed after years of selling on Etsy. When I create and relist a painting that I've already sold, it tends to perform really well. And I've got a few thoughts as to why that might be. First, relisting creates that sense of demand. When the buyer sees an item has been sold before, it signals that your work is popular, maybe more desirable. It's also a little bit of a social proof that someone has already bought the piece and absolutely loved it because they can check out the past reviews on the item. Second, and I think this is the important one, is that Etsy's algorithms seem to reward activity. So when you relist a sold item, it's essentially a new listing, which helps keep your shop fresh and active in Etsy's eyes. Plus, if the original listing had good keywords or was favorited by others, those benefits carry over to your new one as well. And that is something I always try to do. If something's not getting a lot of eyes, sometimes I'll go in and just tweak and look at my keywords. And I've kind of, as the years have gone on, I've tweaked and made them a little bit better. And I try to use that same listing style for any of my newer items. And then when I have time, of course, I go back in and I'll make adjustments with some of the older ones. Or maybe I'll even, pull some older listings, or, freshen them up, make them look a little different, maybe change some of the pictures in there, and then post them back up. And again, looking at some of my keywords of some of the ones that have sold, I'll reuse those in the listing. So I hope those tips help you out. And if you have some tips that have worked for you in the past and you are an Etsy seller and you've had some fantastic results, please share it with the rest of us. It's always changing, always, especially, today's age with technology, things are always changing and updating. So if you've got some best practices that are working for you now, please share them down below. We would love to hear them. I would love to hear them. I know others that are watching the channel would love to hear them. One of my goals for next year, 2025, is to increase my Patreon community. I love doing YouTube videos. I love teaching. I love doing all of that stuff. But this is a job. So I have to look at the end of the year, I have to look back at, what went well, what didn't go well. That is a great video that might be coming up in the future. If you'd like to hear something more about that and my past experiences, I would love to share them with you if you're interested. So yeah, for 2025, my goal is to look back at 2024, see where I have done well in my income, where I haven't done well. And then every year I kind of just scoot around. I might actually be getting off social media this year. I don't know. I have to look at it. If I don't get people coming from YouTube or from social media to take my courses or to join my Patreon or to purchase my art, then I'm wasting my time. I have to put my efforts in to those places that are going to help earn me money. I mean, obviously, I love being here. I love being able to help folks, but I'm not retired yet. I can't afford to retire yet. So I have to look at things that are going to make me money as well. So, as much as I enjoy it, I only have so much time in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, and I still have to focus in on those and put my attention on those things, not so much the free stuff. If I'm doing things for free, guess what? I'm not doing the things that are earning money. And if you want some more tips on selling, check out my art pop-up sale as your next video. See you later. Have a good one. Bye.